Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ballard High School for tonight's Class 3A Sub-State 8 Varsity Boys Basketball game. Tonight, the Ballard Bombers are hosting the Comets of North Polk. The Comets are members of the Raccoon River Conference and enter tonight's game with a record of 10 wins and 12 losses. The head coach of the Comets is Aaron Dose. He's assisted by Nick Ludwig, Evan Grover, Ryan Halterman, and Dennis Johnson. The Ballard Bombers are also members of the Raccoon River Conference and have a season record of 19 wins and 2 losses. The head coach of the Bombers is Jeff Schertz. He is assisted by Tron Scott, Jared Kuberski, Wyatt Weeks, and Sam Weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, the officials for tonight's Battle of the Hardwood are Rudy Everson, Jeff Junker, and Adam Westermore. And now for the starting lineups, first our guests, the Comets of North Polk. Starting off in the forward position, a senior, number 4, Jake Hunt. Playing guard for the Comets, a junior, number 10, Jason Slains. Playing guard, a junior, number 15, Jack Speaker. Playing guard position, a senior, number 20, Drew Owen. And rounding out the lineup at the center position, a senior, number 23, Rocky Bartleman. And now for the Ballard Bombers. Starting off in the guard position, a sophomore, number 4, Parker Miller. And guard, a senior, number 14, Miles Munn. Now at guard position, a senior, number 21, Jackson Burns. Now at guard position, a junior, number 22, Easton Osler. And rounding out the lineup at guard position, a junior, number 23, Jude Gibson. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise as you are able. Remove your hats and face the flag located at the south end of the gymnasium as we honor our flag and our country by the singing of the national anthem. Tonight's vocalist, Mr. Brian Taylor.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam?
Well, folks, welcome in here to the hangar and an outstanding rendition of the national anthem by Huxley's very own Brian Taylor. He's a house special, and we're darn glad to have him. Well, here we are in postseason basketball. I'm here. I'm your your play-by-play commentator, along with my color commentator, the Todd Father, Todd Miller, will be on the mic with me tonight. But Todd Father, we've got essentially our tobacco road here tonight.
Yeah.
With the North Polk Comets just 8 miles down the road. They came in here last time and beat us as we were undefeated. And this is as good a rivalry as there is.
This game's going to be, like the kids say, it lit. This is going to be a fun game. Yeah, two teams that have split the season, so let's see what happens here.
Absolutely. Rivalry at its finest. It's Duke, Carolina, Yankees, Red Sox, as Mud gets his hand on that one. We'll get you set here, folks, but we have got a packed house and a semi-quasi whiteout as we got the word out here today to the Huxley community. This is Drew Owen. He had 20 last time out against the Bombers. And Gibson picks his pocket, and Mudd will get the turnover.
Really a quick 2 turnovers there from North Polk, although they got one back. Good ball pressure by the Bombers.
Gibson with it here. So it's Jude Gibson, Easton Ursuline, Jackson Brown, Miles Mudd, and Parker Miller's back in the starting lineup for the Bombers. For North Polk Comets, it's Jake Hout, number 4, number 10, Jason Slings, 15, Jack Speaker, number 20, Drew Owen, 23, Rocky Bartleman. The Comets come in this game on a 3-game winning streak. They won the last 2 of the regular season and got that postseason win. Thumped Perry over there, and PK Miller with a nice footwork and a good touch move there.
Really nice execution out of the out-of-bounds play. We talked about it last game, but just kind of stealing points on some of those.
Absolutely.
Great set.
Like to see that. Anytime you can get an easy one like that and get Parker going, it's a huge deal for us.
Especially with his feet in the paint, Tim.
You bet. And Speaker with it. Now it's over here on the left-hand side. That's Drew Owen. He's left-handed. Got to be given over
nice
here.
Defense here.
Really good switch. That's Ursuline gets his hand on this one. He'll have Bartleman back with him now over to PK Miller. It's off the glass, and it's up and good.
What an inside hand finish right there.
Yes, it was. Parker Miller looks like he's back and healthy again. He battled that ankle injury last part of the season. This is Owen with it, and he'll step out of bounds. Will Drew Owen.
Yeah, that's, one of my keys to the game, Tim, was going to be
the top father's takes.
Yeah, make them uncomfortable, without fouling.
Sure.
That's 4 possessions. That's 3 steals, and that's a stepping out of bounds right there. 4 turnovers.
And pressure without, like you said, without just getting out of position. Good find there from Gibson to Brown. JB will take it to the lane. Up and good. No good. Too hard off the glass as Bartleman got his hand up. Good take, though, from JB. I agree.
Yep.
This is Jason Slings with it out here. Now it's Bartleman has it at the top of the key. He goes on the dribble drive. Mudd gets his hand on that one and contested at the rim. The Bomber defense has been outstanding so far. Jackson Brown will go for the finish with the left hand, and the transition offense is taking note right now as the Bombers lead 6-0. A little over 2 minutes into this one.
Yeah, North Polk needs something good here. Bombers have come out really just locked down defensively. Great help defense. Looks like they're trying to trap some of this stuff and kind of ice it.
Yep.
The
Bombers make tough decisions is what's happening. Take there by Jake Hout. Another good look, but contested there was Parker Miller. He was in the right spot, but the atmosphere here is outstanding. There's a buzz in the air. Absolutely. Ursuline with it here now. Gibson back over here to Mudd. Looks in the corner. Miles is going to take it. Miles has been playing really well. Going to have an offensive foul called.
Yeah, those are tricky ones. Got to watch those.
That'll be on Easton Ursuline. His first. Got a couple subs looking to check in here. So Jackson Brown will come out, and Easton Ursuline will check out. So Gatchell's in, Dylan Schoen's in. Gatchell, the 6'3 senior, and Dylan Schoen, just a 6-foot junior, but he's going to dog you. This is Slings with it. Dylan's going to look to set the tone here right away. We've seen him do it all year, and he's pretty understanding with what the officials he can and cannot do out there on the perimeter. A little back cut. And that's out of bounds off the Comets. There'll be another turnover on the North Polk Comets. Todd Father, the Bomber defense has been really extraordinary here to start.
Super sharp. I mean, even the backside help, even if that pass actually is on the money, I don't know what he's going to do with it.
Correct. Got it through the traffic, but threw it into traffic, and there was really nothing there. Mason's got to get set, as we've seen that called. A little different set here, which we haven't been used to seeing. So this is shown. He kicks it over here to Gatchell. He goes with a left-handed finish, and Mason Gatchell rises up. Off the glass, Bombers lead 8-0. This is Drew Owen with it on the left-hand side. And we got a timeout from Coach Aaron Doze. And Coach Doze has been here, seen this before.
This is just one of those, you're playing at someone else's house. They come out on an 8-0 run. You got to stop the bleeding a little bit.
100%.
All right, get yourself something. Get your team settled in. For sure,
and getting settled in, that's the thing. So the Bombers and the Comets have met twice this season. The Bombers really took it to them over there at their place. It was 77-44. North Polk came in here as a heavy underdog and gave the Bombers their first loss of the season at 57-52. Drew Owen had 20 points that night. Drew Owen had 20 points that night and really played well in the second half. So, but the Bombers here 8-0, 4:40 to go, 32 on the shot clock to kind of set the tone as the crowd is really filling in here from the North Polk side. They brought a great student section. Our student section is shown out again as they have all season long. That Speaker with it over there. Now this is Slings with it on the top. He's been out here hounded by Schoen. Now that's a sub in. That's Benjamin Glasgow is in for the Comets. Speaker with it. And when Schoen gets his hand on it, that's Gatchel. Just make the layup, Mason. He rises up, and he'll get an and one. Mason Gatchel with a great finish. He decided that he wasn't going to throw that one down, Todd Father, and he made the layup. He made the correct basketball play.
At least you were ready for it this time.
Yes, I was. I was.
You did miss it in the last game. But great decision there. The Bombers look like they have literally an extra gear of getting to these loose basketballs.
I agree with you, and it almost looks like we got 6 guys on the defensive end. It's
like hungry.
Yeah, 100%. There's maybe something in that for them after that last game here. And this is Slings with it over here. Bombers lead 10-0 as Gatchel didn't get that free throw.
That's a big shot.
Big shot there by Jake Hout. Hout, number 4, knocks down the 3, so it's 10-3, approaching the 4-minute mark, the halfway point of the first quarter. Gibson with a left-handed inside finish. Pretty little move there from Jude Gibson as the Bombers lead 12-3.
Yeah, and all six of the Bombers' buckets have been at the rack.
Yep. Which I can get used to seeing that, and the ones that we haven't made have been attacking the basket, and that's the thing. We're playing downhill basketball. Folks, to let you know, we've got Dan Ainsley here is producing for us. Brock the Bear Bierman is on the camera, so we're going to get some better shots. And Steve Domino is over here. He's got his iPads. We've been following some other games throughout the state in the 3A ranks. But first things first, we got to take care of business here. That's Speaker with it. That'll be out here. This is number 20, Drew Owen.
Got 5 on the clock here.
Oh, it looks like we've got moving screen, an offensive foul. So on the moving screen, which didn't love the first one. Consistency pays off here, right? That's what you're looking for if you're the basketball players on the floor and you're the coaching staff.
Right.
So Gibson will get a break here, so will PK Miller. Ursuline checks back in. Bryce Miller will make his first appearance of the game. So it's Bryce Miller, downtown Jackson Brown, Dylan Schoen, Mason Gatchel, and Easton Ursuline Wind and Fire out here for the Bombers.
Let's just see how long North Polk stays with this man-to-man defense.
Bryce Miller with it now on the baseline. He gets caught with it. Oh, and he was out of bounds. Bryce got caught in the air. Yeah. He thought he had Schoen on the baseline, but that's all right, says JB. 3:09 to go. 12-3 is the score. I missed it that it looks like Benjamin Glasgow picked up his second foul there for the Comets, so something to keep note of is who's the first man off the bench. This is Hout with it.
And here we just got to, defend and make him uncomfortable. A little help.
That's Speaker for 3, and he traveled with it before he got it off, so it'll be another turnover on the Comets. Bomber basketball. Exactly 3 minutes. This is a really, I can't overstate it, folks. If you can't be here tonight, I understand, but it is a really good postseason atmosphere. We got people standing around on the end lines. Lots of young people here.
We got a crowd of K through 4th.
Downtown Jackson Brown can't get it, but Ursuline climbs the ladder for the rebound. He takes it up.
Strong
and a big strong finish from Easton Ursuline.
Yeah, you can flex it.
That's a big boy finish there from Easton. Nice job seeing him coming off of a little bit of sickness. Now here they come. This is number 22, Eli Peterson. Good wall up there from JB. Gatchel gets his hands on the rebound. He rips it down. He'll lead the break. Gatchel over here to the right wing to Ursuline. Now back up top to Bryce Miller. He takes it in.
Oh, what
left-handed finish for Bryce Miller, and it's all Ballard Bomber basketball right now. 16-3, 2:18 to go here in the first quarter. Wow, we're getting out in transition. Our defense is really something. We've got to run here, though, to get this one stopped. We didn't. Bartleman gets the and one as we were late on the rotation.
Really good transition offense there by North Polk, pitching up the side. Really keeping their great spacing,
Yep.
which is hard to guard that way.
Absolutely it is. And I think we rested on our laurels, and Coach Jeff Schertz is not happy because he had him right where he wanted him. And it was just I think it was a breakdown defensively just a bit.
That may be one of his keys to the game.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it really
no
is.
layups.
And, no layups, and I think he understands. And in the last one, not to keep going back to it, folks, but it is the data we have. We came out and punched him in the mouth, and it was very similar to this. I don't think our intensity was as much as it is tonight. But it was a really good first quarter for the Bombers, and the Comets kind of stood their ground. So if you're Coach Schertz, you know you want to keep it on them as much as you can here.
Let's see what we can do here in the half court. Really haven't got too much of a half court set. A lot of it's been out of transition.
Good cut there from JB. And
okay.
Looks like he called 3 seconds on Mason Gatchell there. Got a couple subs looking to check in here for the Bombers. Be Bryce Miller and Mason Gatchell will take a break. So PK Miller, that's Parker Miller, number 4, will come in along with Miles Elmer Mudd. We call Miles Elmer because he's kind of the glue guy, and he has been really all of that and a bag of potato chips, if that's a saying anymore. The Comets have it here. The Bombers are out here in full court pressure. That's number 12, Nate Feldman. Feldman will live in Comet lore for the rest of his days as he led them to a state football championship this last fall.
What a team they had.
Absolutely they did. They were well deserved. Feldman has it. Now it's over here. That looks like slings for 3, and he gets it to go. So now it's 16-9, and we're very similar to where we were at here just a few months ago. Miller gets it knocked away. So turnover on the Bombers. So it's 16-9 as the Comets come the other way with it. That should have been a travel, and it is on Feldman. Just drug that pivot foot, sped him up just a pinch.
Yeah, and that last 3 by the Comets, 2 really great screens, and obviously the shot to finish it. But, you know, you always tell the kids, hey, if you set a great screen, you might get open too. Well, in that case, they got a buddy open for a 3 and
you bet.
Knocked it down.
It's an old Bobby Knight take, right? That's
exactly.
Set a good screen, and the screener can get open. Gibson climbs the ladder there and peels it over the rim.
That was an easy take there for Jude. Just had a wide open lane there. I think it's important for the Bombers to keep the ball in front of him right here.
Yeah, this is Owen with it, and Jude Gibson is on Drew Owen. That'll be off of his.
Nice pass.
That'll be a foul, and that'll be a foul on Drew Owen, and Jackson Brown will go to the line, and a really nice pass from Jude Gibson. Gave it right there in the right spot for Jackson to take it up strong. He'll go to the line for 2. It's 18-9 Bombers, 56 seconds to go.
You know, I think Jude had the opportunity there to get the body and some contact too, but just really unselfish play. Yep. Nice bounce pass, and see if Jackson can knock these down.
And unselfish basketball is really good basketball when you're flowing like we are. And JD misses that one, so he'll have another one coming here as Gatchell will check in for Urson. I'd be remiss, Don, if we didn't mention one of the all-time great coaches in fictional lore, as Gene Hackman passed away. Norman Dale, the coach for the Hoosiers, and he passed away at 95 years old.
Incredible.
Incredible life, but an incredible movie. As Schoen checks back in here for Jackson Brown. He was a little disappointed he didn't get both of those free throws. Bombers lead 19-9. The pace is where they want it.
Yeah, I'd always wanted to play a game with just 4 guys and win.
Right. Gibson has it. He'll pull up for a little jumper. It's too strong off the back iron, and Schoen goes in for the rebound, and Dillon will pick up his second foul. Maybe we could have got a little better one there from Jude, but he was feeling it. It was not a bad shot. He was in, pretty good rhythm, I think.
And most of our points of the 19 that we have come really off of a steal in transition, where they're still setting their defense. I think maybe we've got 2 buckets off of them setting their defense. So, one thing to just to keep an eye on.
This is Slings with it. Now here comes the pressure. Now Gibson has it. Now Gatchell's going to have to hustle to get back, and Owen gets it just off of his hand. He corrals it. Now Bartleman with it on the cut there to Feldman. Off the glass, no good. Gatchell with the rebound. Now there's no shot clock. The shot clock is off. The Bombers can hold for one if they so choose, but Parker Miller has that one go off his foot. So now the Comets can hold for one as Drew Owen has it here. Screen by Bartleman. Owen will step back 3. It's no good. It'll be out of bounds off of the Comets. Bartleman did not appreciate the official. He was going to try to save that one in there, and the official was kind of making a life decision there. Rocky Bartleman's not a small young man either.
Probably has a gripe there because I think clearly he could have grabbed that guy.
Yeah, he could have grabbed the ball. So now, again, the Bombers can hold for 1. We've had 3 possessions in the last 30 seconds.
These are big moments in games like this. If you can score at the end of a quarter, Let's see it here, Miles. Bang.
Elmer Mudd for three. And I'm going to tell you, Todd, that last possession right there for the Ballard Bombers was exquisite. It was basketball the way it was meant to be played. I think 4 guys touched it and got the great open look for Mudd, and he knocked it down.
Yeah, I mean, and in a situation like that, obviously you want to see him make the shot and score it, but also you don't want to see them get an opportunity to then go down the floor and score one.
For sure. Hey, folks, while we got a minute here, we got to recognize in your left-hand corner, you used to see Flight Bar and Grill, and they've been with us through and through, time and time again. But we got to thank Precision Underground Utilities for being our main sponsor for tonight's game. Without those guys, it wouldn't be possible. It does cost us money to bring these postseason games to you. And Precision Underground, Jamie Nobling and the guys over there stepped up. He said, hey, we'd be more than happy to. So we appreciate Precision Underground Utilities. If you need anything as far as trenching, boring work. None of the work they do is boring, but they can do some boring work. They can do some open excavation work. Give those guys at Precision Underground Utilities a call. They're locally owned here, right in town in Huxley. So we appreciate you, Precision Underground Utilities, and the guys over there. So, Steve, you got some updates for us on some games. Can you hear me over there?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
So we have obviously some games from the conference we're following. It's almost the first quarter over at DMC, which would be our should we go on to win.
Yep.
Next opponent, Bondurant up 13-4, almost at the end of the first.
Okay.
We've got ADM up 15-11 at the end of first.
Okay.
Pella's up 12-11 after the first.
So some tight games going on outside of the
WSR's up 19-10. Another quick 2 scores. Gilbert up 17-10.
Who's Gilbert have tonight?
Humboldt.
Humboldt, okay. Humboldt put on their first round matchup.
Local interest, Solon's losing to Nevada 14-17.
Parker Miller kicks it out here to Bryce Miller. Miller puts it up, no good. Gibson has it go off of his hands, and that's okay. Good look there from Bryce, just a little too strong with it. Kind of amped up. We're going to see a sub right away here. About 17 seconds in. Gatchell's going to come for Bryce Miller. Oh, he's going to take JB, excuse us. We're going to get JB a quick breather here. So now we've got some high-intensity pressure guys at the front of this press. And
I think that's the plan.
Yep, that's what Coach Schertz was looking for as they can't move. They get it inbounds. This is Jake Hout with it.
Now you see maybe the double come here.
He's looking for Slings, and Slings has it. He'll be checked out here by Bryce Miller.
Oh, that's over back.
That is over and back, and was off of Slings' foot. Well, right on that. The former official himself, to Todd Fowler.
I probably would have missed it as an official, but I'm much better as a commentator and a fan.
We got the best seat in the house, right? Just like every one of these spectators, they got the best seat in the house. 22-9, 7:30 to go here in the second quarter. Bombers run that double screen action. Shoot a pull up for a little jumper. It's too short on that one. So got that double ball screen. It's kind of a staggered double.
Yep.
And just maybe looking for something on the flare or the backside. That Speaker will try a 3. It'll be up and
big shot again.
Big shot from Jack Speaker. Mudd has it now here in the corner. He gets it from Gibson. He's checked out here, and this is number 22 on him, Eli Peterson. That'll be a reach-in foul on Eli.
I mean, the 3-ball can be such an equalizer. The Bombers have probably made 9 shots to, North Polk's 4.
Yep.
And 3 of those have been threes.
Yep, for sure.
And they've been pure.
Yeah, they have. They've been nothing but nylon for the Comets.
Well, I like that set.
I got him on a little curl there. Now he's going to try to look for Mason down there. Doesn't find him. So now over here, Parker Miller will have it. He'll go between the legs on Hout. Parker jump stops. Nothing's there. Cross court to Gibson. Gibson doesn't want the 3. Now he does. He stares it down. Right between the eyes for Jude Gibson. The 3 is good. And speaking of equalizers, great
shot.
Set of movies there, too, from Denzel Washington. But Gibson gets the 3. Speaker has it. Now out here to Bartleman. Bartleman looks to hand it off.
Nice switch.
Yes, it was a great switch as Peterson caught it. Now Hout has it. Out in the lane. Speaker with it, just made that last 3 for the Comets.
JB.
The Bomber defense is simpatico as Slings is checked out here by Gatchell on the switch. Jason Slings has hit a 3. This is Bartleman with it now out here. He's going to look to dribble drive. Hands off to Hout. Hout with a big-time step-back 3. It's a tough one. It's off the mark and no good. Gibson will track down the rebound. The Bombers will look to run. 25-12, approaching 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Parker Miller has it. He's on the dribble drive. Up and off the glass and a good finish.
Absolute strong take through a couple defenders.
Bombers lead by 15. This will be Peterson with it. The trap comes. The Bombers going to have to run. Hout's there. He catches, and the Bombers give up an easy one as we had 4 on this side and 1 back. The numbers were definitely in their favor.
Tempo.
Gatchell will take it up, and he'll finish. That's an absolutely great play, taking the ball out of the net, pushing it up the sideline, putting the pressure right back on the Comets, so it almost nullifies the easy one they just got.
I mean, it looks like practice.
Yes, it does. Gatchell with a left-handed finish and another turnover from the Comets.
Strong finishes tonight.
Yes, there has, and there's been a lot of them at the rim, Todd. I
Nearly
like finishing
every single
through
shot.
contact.
Yes.
And JB gets him cut off. He gets Peterson. Now Coach Aaron Doze doesn't like what he sees as it's 31-14, and the intensity from the Bombers has stayed at 10 all night long so far, Todd.
You know, one thing just to point out here as just kind of watching that back and forth, and I think in some of the games where the Bombers have really exerted a lot of pressure, but also really energy, right?
Sure.
And so maybe some other teams have gotten an easy bucket. We haven't necessarily done that. Sideline break, one pass, two pass, and that baby's gone.
Right.
You know, I mean, such an equalizer and a killer. It's just a backbreaker. Once you get one of those easy buckets, you know, to have that come back at you.
And it's that pressure, right? So it's the defensive pressure, but it's putting the pressure on their defense because they rest, right? Everybody says, well, we made a bucket. We just got an easy one. Okay. Psychologically, in the kid's mind, they take that break and boom, it's already by them. And I applaud Coach Church because I think it's maybe something that he's seen and said, hey, guys, that's fine if it goes through the hole. We still want to play with tempo.
Let's even go back to the Gilbert game. I mean, the Stensling kid had 7 of them.
Yeah, he did. He had 7 runs
14 points off of those little.
Yep. Steve, you got any updates for us? Anything new changing here? Looks like
just another game taking a look at. Knoxville overpowering Fort Madison right now. 29-9 in the second.
Taking over the Southeast 7 down there.
Yeah. Woo. That Des Moines Christian Bondurant for our game has gotten a little tighter. Is that what we see on the main screen there? Yeah.
Yep, 13-11 in the second.
Whew. All right, back to the action here with approaching the 5-minute mark in the second quarter. Bombers lead 31-14. This is Glasgow with it. Now down to the post. This is Howe. He gets it knocked away
by Gatchell. Gatchell's done a lot of little things here besides score.
Yes, he has. He's been very active, and that's a travel on Dylan Schoen, and it was.
Just not ready for the basketball
no,
there.
he wasn't. And you always kind of want to catch with 2 feet, right? And that was not a 2-foot catch. No. Bryce has it. Now Bryce Miller has slings. This is 15. Speaker with it. He's checked by Ursuline. Ursuline back out here to slings now. Here comes the trap right away. Schoen switches
off. Got to reconnect
off.
here as a defense.
And they did.
Nice.
And you talk about connection. I think we are connected. And he's just about out of bounds there. Now it'll be Hout for 3 with a good contest.
Oh, can't fly by Easton. But great
Slings
contest.
has it. It was. Now it'll be Hout down here. A little nudge there from Gatchell. It'll be an and one. And that's a little ticky-tacky, but that's okay. Just that offensive rebound on the flyby.
Yeah.
We got to stop, but we got to get that offensive rebound. We've touched on it in numerous games, girls and boys this year, finishing the possession with a rebound. And that's tough. That's a long rebound.
It is. I mean, you're on a scramble play where they've driven baseline, beat a trap, kicked it across the court for an open 3. And, I mean, you love the effort by Easton, but, just finishing on a long rebound there.
Right on. PK Miller will take a break along with Ursuline and Schoen. Mudd check back in. Gibson check back in.
There it is. Here's the sideline.
Oh, and Bryce has got to go up strong.
Just got to go through body.
Yep, rise up through that and got exactly what we wanted, though, there. Mason's got to be careful. He's got 1, so now we switch back off. Good communication here. Slings has it. Out top. Nothing easy coming for the Comets here tonight. This is Speaker with it. The perimeter defense for the Bombers has been outstanding.
Yep,
as I say
backside
that.
help. Ooh, that's another good help. That's
great help.
Just got to finish it.
Out with it. Now he drives baseline. That's cut off by Gatchell. He looks inside. Peterson has it. It'll be another foul on Gatchell again. So, got what we wanted there for about 25 seconds of the shot clock.
Yeah. Part of me sometimes just wouldn't mind seeing us just go a little solid defense instead of scrambling around a few possessions. See if just our man-to-man don't need help.
Make them beat us, right, instead of beating ourselves. And we're not beating ourselves, so that's a caveat. But
this is our bread and butter.
Right, sure.
However, it's just hard to do for an entire game.
Yeah, and we're subbing guys, and we're running guys in and out. But there's also got to be a flow to the game for our guys that are on the floor. So I completely agree with you.
Yeah. I just, it's 3 possessions, scramble, scramble, scramble.
Goes back to that exerting a lot of energy that you spoke upon earlier, and it does. So 31-17. Under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Gibson has it. Now he'll Give it up to Parker Miller. Now over here to Jackson Brown. Brown with a little left-handed floater. That's no good. A little unorthodox shot there from JB. Now on the break. This is how he'll have it. He'll take a baseline, but he'll pull it back out. Think better of it. Drew Owen has it, the lefty. Now he gets it to Peterson. Excuse me, that was Glasgow. This is Owen now. Drives baseline. Nothing there. Now back out top to Speaker. He's made one already. Too strong with that one. Miles Mudd gets the rebound. He'll look to lead the break. Here comes Elmer. Nice that you have multiple guys on the floor that can handle the basketball for the Bombers. Parker Miller will drive baseline. He finds a cross court to Miles Mudd. It's up and it's no good. And the Comets, one and done there for the Bombers. Bombers getting some decent looks.
Yes.
Can't get them to go down.
Yeah.
31-17, under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter.
North Polk, since the beginning of the game, I think they had 5 turnovers in their first 5 possessions. They have 6
total. So they've calmed down. They've
Yes.
settled in. You touched on it right away when Coach Doe's got that first time out. Big time. Yeah, that's going to be an offensive foul. It looks like it's going to go on Ben Glasgow, and I think that may be his third as he had his arms wrapped around. I think it was Ursuline down there, and Easton did a nice job of his footwork trying to get out of there.
Just moving and keeping his hands up so the refs could see him.
That'll shorten the bench up a little bit here for the Comets at the end of the first half as there's 2:44 to go. 31-17. Gibson will bring it up here. And we got to give a shout out to all the folks over there. Mr. Gatchell, Mason's got some family over in Williamsburg that's tuned in. So we sure appreciate you folks over there tuning into the Ballard Network. Ursuline has it. Now back out here to Mudd. Dribble drive. Miles will go down and attack the basket. And he'll finish through contact. And an old-fashioned three-point play opportunity coming for Elmer Mudd. They got a little flex there from Miles, too. You don't see that out of him a lot. I think, Todd, from what I'm seeing, our guys understand the moment that they're in.
Yeah, for sure. And, these past couple games, we've seen Miles down in the post a little bit more, taking advantage of maybe just a little bit of a mismatch. I'm not sure if it was right there, but just the confidence of Miles these last few games has been outstanding.
This is Hot with it on the baseline. Now he finds Bartleman, knocked away by Gibson. Now Gibson will lead the break. Inside hand finishing, it's up and good. Good hands from Jude, and good pass ahead there from Jackson Brown. Now the Bombers have extended the lead 36-17 as they continue with the pressure. Speaker has it. Now back out here to Slings. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. In this district semifinal game, live from the hangar here in Huxley, Iowa. An outstanding crowd here for the Bombers with the whiteout in full effect. Speaker will try a three. It's up and it's short. Gibson can't get that one, but it'll be off of Bartleman, so it'll be Bomber basketball. Jude will bend down and tie his shoe.
Yeah, maybe take a few extra seconds.
Yeah,
here
absolutely. Kind of everybody catching their breath. The Bombers, and right now what I'm seeing again is something we saw early in the year is they're coming at you in waves right now.
Right.
And the Bombers are. You maybe give up one, but then get 2 or 3, and then, we're trading 2 points for 5 or 6 or 7, and an and one. And
I did feel like that possession down there, we were just a little bit more solid. Like, hey, we're just going to go man-to-man.
Yeah.
Don't expect help. Just keep your guy in front. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, we'll guard them, and we'll see if they're good enough to beat us. Gibson has it.
That could have been because of a nice pass and cut.
Absolutely great cut. Right by his ear hole there was that one from Gibson to P.K. Miller with a little Miller shuffle, and we would say it up here, it's called Miller time.
It is. That is Miller time.
38-17, approaching the 1 minute mark.
Just a great job of recognizing that Jude was in trouble.
Yep.
And the pressure, the denial ball pressure was heavy. It's a great time to backdoor.
Yeah. That's 2 guys been playing together for a while. Ursuline almost had his hand on that one. He's out here on Drew Owen. Now Bartleman with it on the left-hand semi-wing. This will be Feldman with it on the dribble drive. He tries to bully into, and he does over Ursuline. Really good move there from Nate Feldman. Looked like he was on a QB ISO play there, a little QB draw right down the middle of the lane, and he got it. And no kidding, man. I'll tell you, he's an outstanding football player. Heart of a champion if there is one. Gibson will pull up for the 3 ball. It's no good. So now there will be no shot clock because his time is running down. So this will be Feldman, and he's got his idea that he wants to go the whole way. Oh, it'll be a late call on Gibson on the reach-in foul. So Feldman will go to the line for 2. We're nitpicking here. Could have maybe got a little better look down here on this offensive end, but the Bomber offense has really been in sync tonight.
It's been as good as it's been.
I mean, they're looking like Justin Timberlake and Lance Bass and the fellas.
I do. I can't even. I got a sub.
No. You're in it for the long haul, brother. I got to appreciate the VIP Mr. Domino over there just listening to all this, shaking his head.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what to say. 38-19 as Feldman missed the first one. The Bombers got a block out here on this free throw. Looking into that sea of white, and Ursuline rips it down.
Good Lord.
Now the Bombers will hold for one.
That's a big-time rebound.
Yes, it is. In traffic
One
there.
on two.
So Gibson will get it across here as Jude. So it's Jude Gibson, downtown Jackson Brown, Easton Ursuline, Parker Miller, and Miles Mudd as we look to isolate Jude over here on the left-hand side. Now JB has it. Dribble drive here by Mudd. A little pump fake and one, and he'll be fouled. And Miles Mudd, he's kind of implementing that old man noon ball game with a kind of little show, a little dream shuffle, a little dream shake.
I just love that he got off 2 feet.
Yeah.
He didn't go in there flying, trying to make some crazy pass.
This is why I love you, Todd Father, because off with 2 feet, and Coach Domino is over here saying the same thing, but it's a good basketball play, right? How much more successful? How many times do you tell your guys, you can be this much more successful off
I
of 2
say it nearly every possession.
That lives in your brain, right?
Yeah.
You wake up in the middle of the night, and say 2 feet, off 2.
Like Marco, off 2. That's my dog.
That is his dog.
Nice rebound.
Gibson with a fall away, and he did get fouled, but no call. But Miles couldn't get those free throws to go. So at the end of the first half, it's 38-19 as the Bombers have them doubled up. But as we know with this rivalry in the past, the Comets will not go quietly into the night. Folks, we're going to step away here for just a little while, give our voices a break, and you can step away, grab yourself a beverage and a snack, and we can get some updates here before we take some time away. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, real quick, ADM up 37-23 at half.
They've got Grinnell tonight, correct?
Yep, over Grinnell. Gilbert running away at halftime, 42-21 over Humboldt.
Wow.
And DMC and Von Durant, another obviously game of interest. 3-point game, minute left in the second quarter.
Who's leading that one?
Bondurant up 3.
Bondurant's up 3, okay. All right, well, hey, folks, and we'll have some updates before we come back. We might come back from the break a little sooner to give you some updates on some surrounding games. We'll be back here in just a little bit. All right, folks, welcome back here to the hangar as we finish up halftime. Folks, I would be remiss if I did not mention one of Ballard's very finest alumni, as Peyton Noe, down at the University of Arkansas, is the women's 5,000-meter SEC indoor champion, and she set a meet record today.
Incredible.
That is incredible. She's healthy. She battled some injuries last year in the indoor season and outdoor, but she is healthy, so she set a meet record, the 5,000 meters. Congratulations, Peyton Noe. And the Bomber faithful are as proud as we could be,
absolutely.
And keep representing, girl, and doing your thing, because huge things to come. And speaking of huge things to come, we hope for big things here for the Bombers in the second half, Todd.
Yep.
Todd, what's your takes for the second half here? What's the keys to success?
Obviously stay locked in on defense, backside help, getting after loose balls, those types of things. And the ball movement was probably the best we've seen in a few games. Let's keep it going on that end.
Owen fires a three. It's up and no good, as it's an air ball there. But again, solid defense, squared them up there, really, Todd, to your point, as far as just keeping them in front and making them shoot over the top of us. And now Mr. Official says, PK, you got to tuck that shirt in. It'll be out here in about 30 seconds. PK is a long, lanky guy, and he doesn't like her tucked in. I understand. So just a few moments in here to the third quarter. Bombers with that patented chin move over here to the corner to Elmer Mudd. It's short. Gibson will climb the ladder for the rebound, up and good. Nice rebound there by Jude Gibson. Jude the Dude Gibson, up and good, 40-19.
Just
the Bombers
opportunistic
lead.
right there.
Bombers in some zone pressure here. Just keeping the ball in front, taking some time off that shot clock, and that's sometimes, Todd, as effective as anything else.
I mean, you see it almost every game in the NCAA men's and women's.
Yep.
Just trying to get the clock down so it's harder to score.
This is Hoddle having a good down screen. Yeah, it was. That one rattles out for Jay Cal, but really good down screen. Brown ahead to Gibson over here on the right side. Dude fakes the handoff. Spin move. And I think he's going to get a hold called on Drew Owen, and we'll take that one for the Bombers. Dude got a little bit topsy-turvy there on the spin, but I didn't mind the move at all, and he had a good take. He got low. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Little John inside. Yes.
Oh, well, you're going Little John on me now. Okay, all right, I got you. We'll stay away from some of that stuff. But Gibson on the drive.
Nice
little
pass.
fake over here in the corner to Ursuline. He's too short with that one. But Mudd gets that one as he rips it away from Gibson himself. Now downtown Jackson Brown in the corner. That's up and no good. Bombers are 0 for on this trip on 3 balls.
I think the Bombers have only taken 5 threes maybe.
Yeah, 5 or 6 maybe at the most. 0 for 3 there. Had some really good looks on that one, though, as now it'll be North Polk basketball. 40-19, they trail. Slings with it as he's guarded by Gibson. A little size advantage for Slings. Little ball screen action. Slings takes it into the post. It'll be a travel, Not much Jason Slings could do there. Jude Gibson did a nice job of walling him up and not letting him get to the basket there.
Just right now, North Polk seems a little bit stagnant on offense. Just not moving the ball, really. It's just, Bombers aren't having to really help and move.
Right.
And, those types of things.
Making it easier on us.
It's just making it easier, yes.
Bomber basketball here. Look to get something going in the half court. Good back screen and a good slip there. Yeah, it was.
I'm taking that set with me.
There he is. This is the Todd Father, folks. He's always diagnosing. He's like a mad scientist up here. Our very own. Some would say his brother is Frankenstein. Ursuline with that one up and good.
Nice little two-man game there.
Two-man game, exactly right. Now this is Owen with it. Bombers with just this token pressure, which I really like. Bartleman with a baseline drive. It'll be a little hip check there on Parker Miller. Good aggressive drive there from Rocky Bartleman.
And really quick decision just to get there and make that play. Parker's just a little bit out of position there, gave him too much of an angle.
Yep. Todd, when you're with your guys and you're on your circuit and stuff, are you still coaching up stance, like get down in the stance? Because sometimes I feel like we get too high and then bad things happen to us.
I mean, on the circuit, the teams that actually defend are the best teams.
Sure. That athletic stance, right? And it's all sports that it can be equated to, but it gets lost sometimes because it's not the most fun thing to do.
Absolutely, yeah.
Good defense here. Bartleman has it. Now it'll be out here to Jake Hound. It's a switch over here, so Brown got his hand on it. Out with a fadeaway jumper, and that was feathery soft and smooth from Jake Hound.
That's Gibson a tough basket.
Yeah, it was. Over a 6'4" Parker Miller that was outstretched. Gibson will take it on the baseline, and he stepped out of bounds just a pinch.
I really like the spacing on that.
Yep.
Even though we went out of bounds. I mean, why are you saying? Well, I mean, he's out of bounds, but gosh, it was just such a nice, such easy basketball.
Yeah. And creating space and taking it away.
Yeah,
I've said it before. It's all about, basketball's a lot like NASA. It's all about space, baby.
Absolutely.
It's all about space. Creating and taking it away. Speaker with it. He dribbles out of trouble. Now it'll be Drew Owen over here with it on the right wing and the Slater logo. Ballard community, got 4 communities, Huxley, Slater, Cambridge, and Kelly, all connected from that little Ballard Creek. So that's how the Ballard schools came about. Slings will sling that one up there, and he'll find the bottom of the net. And that was a deep three, and it was somewhat contested by Ursuline. Didn't think he was going to take it, but now it's 42-24. The Bombers could really use the bucket here.
I mean, he wasn't trying to be lazy on the closeout, but you're right. He just didn't think he was going to shoot that one. But, when a team's down by 21, you got to be ready for anything.
Gibson will fire the three. It's
good
no
rebound,
good.
JB.
Huge rebound by JB, and Gibson cuts the basket, but that's all right. Bombers are 0 for here on 3 balls in the second half, so we need to get something going to the basket, preferably on the next trip. And how to fire that one, no good. Mudd will rip down that rebound. He'll look to push the pace here just a little bit. Approaching the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. Mudd will take it on the dribble drive, and that's smacked off the backboard by Hout. Now Ursuline will go up for it. Oh, and Miles Mudd may have hit his head. We'll see. That'll be a foul on 15 Speaker. Be 2 shots coming. Well, if Miles got knocked to the ground pretty hard there. I didn't quite catch it. But he's a little woozy as he gets up, dusts himself off. So Ursuline will go to the line for 2. We got wholesale substitutions coming in for the Bombers as Ursuline makes the first one. I got to believe somebody will come in for Miles Mudd. And that'll be Dylan Schoen will check in for Miles. Bryce Miller will check in for Parker Miller, and Mason Gatchell's waiting for the shooter, Easton Ursuline. Some subs in for the Comets. That looks like Ben Glasgow checked in, and I think that's Eli Peterson, number 22. Catching a breather is Bartleman and Owen for the Comets as Ursuline makes good on both of them.
Easton felt pretty comfortable there at the line on that one.
He did. He just looked
That was kind of like Steve Domino at the making a putt to win it.
Yeah, or maybe Steve Domino up there in Chucktown and Charles City. I don't know if he got to the free throw line much or not, but we'll check in here with
I was
Steve.
Thinking more about him putting and just walking off the green.
I would say I'm not going to comment on that. I want Steve's long game. You ever seen that guy hit a golf ball?
It's embarrassing.
I feel sorry for the golf ball every time he makes contact. Gibson with it out here on Slings.
Nice defense, just walling
really
up.
Good. Slings is making it tough. Gibson gets his hand in there and he gives it away. Now Slings will fire the 3 and it's up and good, and Jude gambled and it didn't pay off. 44-27, push with the pass. Now Bryce will bring it back out. Jude will go on the dribble drive. Off the glass, no good. Gatchell will tip that one out. Goes back to your point earlier, Todd, about Mason just doing some nice things.
Done a lot of nice little things.
Winning basketball plays, we like to call them.
I mean, and he's got 9 points, so big night for him.
Schoen gets that one swatted back. 44-27, 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Schoen will guard Slings. Now Speaker has it. He'll be checked out here by Jackson Brown. Ooh, and a little spin move and a good play there from Speaker as the Comets show some more life as they're down by just 15 now.
Yeah,
Bombers need to get back to getting to the basket.
Yeah, and just the last 2 possessions defensively, our angle is at a 90, and it's just like, hey, inviting them to go down the middle of the lane. And then you have to help. Then they get a nice kick for an open 3, and just right there, a nice pull-up. We got to start just force them to the sidelines.
Right, and take that angle away, right? Folks, while we got a moment here, I'm going to mention our game sponsor, Precision Underground Utilities. We appreciate them sponsoring tonight. I think we maybe got some guys that work for them out there in the country club, so thanks for tuning in out there, fellas, out there at the Ballard Golf and Country Club. But Jamie Nobling and the fellas at Precision Underground Utilities, they're the main sponsor for tonight's game. So shout out to those folks, as again, if we can get past this one, we could have another one here on Monday night. With a good Lord willing, and we keep going what we're doing right now, it looks good. But the Bombers, there's 2:40 to go here in the third. Coach Schertz just got the timeout. Todd, where are you at on this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's going back to defense for me because that's our bread and butter. But, yeah, I mean, we've scored all but 6 points in the paint.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, literally, we've had 2 threes, maybe made a pull-up jumper, but outside of that, everything's been at the bucket. So
sure,
let's get something there. Here we got a 3, but
and that's no good. Again, right on cue, though, and I agree with you. We need to keep attacking the basket because that is what was good to us early, and we can't go away from it now.
And on defense, it's not about necessarily creating the steal, but it's getting a rebound and pushing, and so they're on their heels just a little bit.
Yep. This is Feldman with it. Now he kicks it back out here to Slings. Slings is guarded by Schoen. He needs to understand where we're at on the shot clock.
Just stay solid here.
Stay solid, yep. This is Glasgow with it. Now he looks for Feldman. Feldman has it. He's double teamed. Not much he can do, and that'll be a shot clock violation.
Beautiful.
And again, the Todd father, folks, that's why he's the best in the business. He just brings up defense, and we get a shot clock violation.
Yeah, I mean, and right there, like our angles are so much different. We're walling guys up with our chests and keeping them in front without like trying to steal the basketball.
Sure. Yep. We're not trying to force them into something. We're just letting them do what they kind of want to do.
And you're not going to
dictating.
get that every single time, but it's what they can actually do. Nice take by Mason Gasher.
Oh, when he rises up on that baseline, I was ready there.
Steve wanted an and one.
Yeah, I did too. I was looking for a little strawberry jam on this nice February night, but it wasn't there. This is Peterson with it. Sean got a hand on it. Now it's over here to Jake Hout. Hout's had a nice game for the Comets. He's knocked down some shots.
He's got 9.
Got 9 for him. They dispersed their scoring a little more. It was the Drew Owen show last time.
Good read by Ursland here. Good decision.
He does a nice job pulling it back out here. Really good decision there from Easton Ursland, Wind and Fire. He got his hand on it. And Ursland's a guy that can rise if he needs to as well. Oh, and Jude's going to draw the foul there. It'll be on Jake Hout. And we'll take that one all day long. Questionable, but if you're a Bomber fan, you'll take it.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Jude got to a spot where he could try to score the basketball. Obviously, if you're there, if you're the Comets, just don't want to bail him out.
Right. So 46-29 here with under a minute to go in the third. Gibson goes to the line for the first of 2. Jude makes good on that one as JB's getting set to check in for Jude. So Drew Owen will check in, and Rocky Bartleman. It looks like Mr. Eli Peterson and Ben Glasgow will check out for the Comets. So it's Feldman, Hout, Bartleman, Slings, and Owen on the floor for the Comets. Second one of the pair coming for Jude here. And Jude can't get that one to go. He misses it. JB will stay out.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Owen has it. Now it'll be over here to Jake Hout. Could go 2 for 1 if they really wanted to. Doesn't look like they're going to as Bartleman has it. Slings will fire the 3. It looks good from here, and it was. Called over that rim, and now there's about a 2-second, maybe differential, not even about the same. Shot clock and game clock are in sync. 47-32, the Bombers lead here as we trickle down into the final seconds of the third quarter.
That was a real confident shot by Slings right there.
Yeah, it was.
And really just a really good exchange by the 2 guards.
Slings has got 12, and Coach Jeff Schertz is going to take a timeout with 19.1. Solid timeout here from Coach Schertz. He's bringing Mudd and Brown back in the game. Not sure who they're checking in for.
Was it Slings that hit the one earlier on Ursland?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I mean, that's 2 confident strokes in a row, really.
Yep.
Really no hesitation and just feeling really confident.
And I think they're to the point now where they know they've got to start shooting the basketball to get back in the game.
Right.
They can't look for the perfect one. They've got to look for the open one. Yeah.
The open one might be the best one.
Yeah, and so often, and you've seen it over your time, and that's the absolute right call, you know, because it's like, oh, you can get a better one. Well, that might be the best one you're going to get.
Yep.
And we'd rather have a shot off the board to possibly rebound than to turn it over. Steve, what do you got for updates for us over there, my man?
Yeah, look, most important game for us right now. DMC up 5, close to the end of the third quarter.
It's Des Moines Christian over Bondurant Farrar.
We got a few 1 seeds kind of running away. Clear Lake, Knoxville, and 2 seed Gilbert. Those games are pretty much over.
Okay.
Game of interest that's close. Central DeWitt, WSR, 4-point game at the end of the third.
Central DeWitt, Waverly Shell Rock. We kind of looked at those brackets and thought that Central DeWitt team was maybe underseeded a bit would be the right term. But
they
it's
play
just,
in a tough
and it's
conference.
Geography, right?
Yeah.
And so the state, they have a thankless job as far as getting this set up.
Well, and on that note, too, Xavier's playing Waller. That's a 2-point game in the third as well.
Two tough teams there.
Absolutely.
The Bombers have it here. Now it's Gibson with it. Now it's Gatchell on the baseline. Now Gibson has it over here on the left-hand wing. He looks to dribble drive, and he goes to it. Now he kicks it back over here to Gatchell. He'll try a 3. It's up. No good.
Oh,
Mudd stays with it. Miles, Elmer Mudd, picks that one up, and it goes down as I'm not sure why the shot clock went off. I'm not sure why there was a buzzer.
I don't even know if it was it was on.
I don't
It
think
shouldn't have
it
been.
was, but
Well,
it
actually,
shouldn't have.
it could have been
1 second difference.
because there was a
There
1
was.
second,
Yeah,
1 second
there was a
differential.
1 second differential. So it went off, but Miles Mudd, the moral of the story here is don't stop playing.
Don't stop playing. Well,
Play through the whistle and the horn,
You've
right?
talked about his old man game there. He kind of brought me back because I feel like he just tipped out Mason Gatchell in game of tips.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, some call it 21.
Okay,
But
there it is. Okay.
Gatchell's out.
Gatchell's out. The Todd father is showing his age. Folks, and I apologize if we maybe be having some headset issues here. It's kind of coming in and out a little bit, so. We got executive producer on it. Dan Inkster's checking into it, but we've got an extra one if we need it. But I think we're going to be okay here as long as the Todd father, you got me, and I think Mr. Domino, you're still
I think
good.
I can take it from here.
Yeah, that's fine, man. I can go down there. I would like to say I'd go find another seat, but I don't know if there's one to be had.
There's not one here
Actually,
on
I
this
might go
balance
sit
side.
right in front of Steve over here. Looks like he's got plenty of room.
Yeah, he's got lots of room over here.
All right, folks.
Just a little guy. I don't think I'm much.
Yeah,
space.
don't take much space at all. Steve's a magnet, man. He's a magnet for people. I love it. Hey, 49-32.
That was a big shot by Miles
That
Mudd.
was a huge shot.
I mean, they cut it to
getting
50.
the ball coming out too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 49-32 Bomber basketball. Go ahead, Todd.
And that's 2 quarters ending on a make at the buzzer for the Bombers.
Yep.
That's 5 points. That's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. It
That's not
really
something
is.
that's done well over
And Miles Mudd has been the guy. Gibson has it on the dribble drive. He kicks it over here to Jackson Brown. Oh, and Coach Schertz did not like where P.K. Miller went there. You can always, it's almost like he's just a disappointed father, right? He looks at him like, what are you doing? And we've all been there. We've said it. When Jude gets cute with that one, and Feldman will knock it away. So
Good
Feldman
hands.
will go on the dribble drive.
Oh,
Get
nice
a better
hands by
hands
JB.
there by JB, and he throws it ahead to Gatchell. Oh. Mason with a little floater, can't get it to
Way to
go.
keep it alive.
Jude Gibson with a nice play
love
there.
that.
A huge play from Jude Gibson.
I love that. It's
That-
not going to show up on the score sheet at all. I mean, that's just he's had an offensive rebound and a putback, and just 3 Bombers against 2, and just tipping it and contesting the rebound is huge.
Yeah.
I'm going to get an and 1.
And you're right, it may not show up. It may go as an assist. It doesn't matter. But that's a winning basketball play.
Absolutely.
And in this time of the year, that's exactly what you have to have.
And it just
To
seems
advance.
like that's when they get hungry.
Yeah,
We've had a lot of those plays tonight.
And we've won a lot of those plays. You're absolutely correct, Todd. So Comet basketball, Bombers lead by 20, 52-32. And they're not really letting off the gas. This is Drew Owen with it. And he takes it on the dribble drive, cut off by Gibson. Fadeaway is going to be short. Parker Miller gets the rebound. Parker will look to run. He throws it ahead to Miles Mudd. Nothing going with Gatchell down there, so Mudd looks at it. He'll bring it back across to the top. Jackson Brown will take it on the dribble drive. Leaves it for
Nice
Gatchell.
pass.
Gatchell will finish off the glass.
And
And
one,
a
baby.
really good pass there from downtown Jackson Brown. Drew Owen has it. Now he shimmel shuffles it away, and there's a trap over there on the corner.
Wall him up, Miles. Nice move.
Really good move there from Rocky Bartleman.
Yes. Kind of got Miles deep underneath the basket and buried
he
him
did.
and just had an easy bucket.
I played bully ball with him, but if you're Bartleman, that's just a really good take and well-executed basketball. Brown again with the dribble drive, and it goes off the glass and up and in. JB's been very aggressive to the rim tonight. I like to see that out of him.
Yeah. I mean, that's 2 that I can remember at the rim, just on drives. Oh, nice hustle.
Really good hustle as Owen picks it up. Now Slings with it. Slings has made a couple threes this half.
He wants one.
He does too. Yes, he does. Maybe he'll switch off here to Drew Owen. Back out top to Slings as they spread it out. 56-34, approaching the 6-minute mark. 2 minutes gone in this fourth quarter. Speaker can't get that one to go. The rebound's tracked down by Rocky Bartleman. Now it'll
Good
be
hands
tipped
by
away
Parker.
there by Parker Miller. They've got numbers if they want them. Oh, and Parker will get fouled, and I think he was going to look up to rise up on that one.
I think he was going to try it.
I think he was, and I think that there's been a directive from Mr. Coach Schertz to make sure that you finish that layup before anything else, as we've seen some snafus throughout the year. But
Yeah, and it's just great anticipation, off the rebound there, playing an open space by Parker and reading their eyes.
Yep. A little short on that one. Didn't quite get up on his toes if you're going to ask me, but you're not going to ask me. But Parker wants that one
Right.
back. So some substitutions as Gibson will check out. Jackson Brown will check out. Bryce Miller is into the game. I think Dylan Schoen checked in. So Gatchell will stay as of now. Parker Miller, the second one, is up and good. So Urslin's going to check in for Miles Mudd. And this is the thing about the Bombers. We go deep, and so our depth is, when we play really good team basketball and with good pace, our depth really shows up.
And our depth tonight is a little shorthanded because Caden's injured.
Yep. Right. So, and we're going to see, that should be over and back, and it was off of Slings in the second time tonight, but it's still, you got these 8 guys, and they're really interchangeable pieces, which makes it really kind of nice for Coach Schertz. Really, all 5 of these guys, if they have to, can handle the basketball on the floor.
Yeah, right? You feel pretty comfortable with it.
Right. It's not, there's not foreign to them. Urson sets the ball screen, and Miller kind of rubs off of it. Gatchell has it. Oh, and Mason couldn't get that one to thread the needle. To Parker. He goes in and finishes with that inside hand, but he gets fouled, and he looked for Parker Miller, got it back, and then was aggressive to it. I enjoy this, the high-fiving that's going on, the helping him up off the deck.
Yep.
We're simpatico right now, man. The synergy, not only in the building, but with those guys in the white uniforms on the court is really nice tonight.
Yeah, and the last game was a game where a lot of guys got to do a bunch of different things and get just more comfortable. They've had some close games throughout.
Sure.
It looked like they got back to having some fun.
Yeah, for sure, 100% they did. 58-34 is Mudd's going to check in for his buddy Gatchell.
But sometimes when you're the hunted, it's kind of lonely up there.
It is, man.
So that's why you got to stick together and you got to continue to,
Yeah. Ooh, we got a hold here. I think it's going to be called on Dylan Schoen, and Dylan's got to know. Now he knows where the line is at. That's his 3rd personal foul. I agree with you. It is always tougher sometimes to be on that mountaintop, and we haven't won anything. We've just been really consistently pretty good all year. However, this is a rivalry game for them.
Absolutely.
They came in here and gave us our first loss, and we expected a battle as Coach Doze gets the timeout. As the Bombers lead right now, it's 59-34 with 5:17 to go. And Coach Doze, I think he knows that he maybe ran into a buzzsaw tonight. Not just from, they beat the brakes off of Perry on Monday night. It was 84-39. They've got a 3-game win streak coming in here. They beat us last time out. Different Bomber basketball tonight.
Yep.
And you touched on it. On Monday, I feel like we got some of our fun back in us in some of the things that we did. And anytime, and you know this, you're a Kingdom guy, but when you play for each other, it makes the game a lot more fun.
Absolutely, yeah. In anything that you do.
Sure.
Yeah. In anything that you do, if you're having fun and you're playing for each other, it just seems to go a lot smoother.
Yep.
And then when times get tough, you got your buddy there to pick you up.
Bingo, right.
Yeah.
If you give of yourself enough to someone else, it's really hard for them not to pour back into you. And then all of a sudden, now you got all these guys that are together, like you said, and that's a bond, and this is something. Speaking of a bond, the chef.
Oh, he's in.
Lincoln Miller is in.
He was cooking.
He was cooking, man.
He was spices on it, too.
He was hotter than fryer grease on Monday night.
Yes, he was.
I don't know which one, if he's hawk or animal from the Road Wires. We haven't established. We'll maybe ask him after the game, or I'll maybe ask his dad. I'd be animal.
Oh, okay.
Mudd with a good wall up there. Hout can't finish, but gets his put back. A little Moses Malone action there. Couldn't get the first one to go, but got the second one.
Nice job of sticking with it there.
Yep, 59-36. Under 5 to go here in the fourth quarter.
I will say, since Miles is tipping to end the third quarter, I think the Bombers have been on like a 12 or 15-4 run.
So
it hasn't been. It's such a huge play.
Yeah, it is.
There he is again.
Oh, and a good move, and couldn't get it to go down. Now he's going to get a reach-in foul. But, man, that was everything but down through the bottom of the net for Miles Mudd. He'll pick up a little cheapie down there, maybe out of frustration. 59-36, 4:39 to go here in the fourth quarter. I think going to be a holding call on Bryce Miller. The Comet basketball underneath. 4:27 to go. They trail. Now he's got to look for it. Dylan couldn't see it. Overmatched on Hout, and that's just not a very good matchup there for the Bombers.
Yeah, they definitely isolated Dylan right there. Yeah, understanding with Dylan's back to the basket, what they could do.
Yeah, he'll pick up his fourth foul, will Dylan. 59-36. Now Hout will 59-37 as Jake makes that one. And he's got 12 tonight. Him and Slings have been kind of their two main scorers. Not kind of, they have been. Both with 12. Hout, they're going to We got a great student section down there at the end. These little guys are having the time of their lives on a school night.
I love to see it, yep.
Bus driver Mr. Dunn's down there. He's giving them the props. So Ryan Dunn, he's a friend of flight. Now it's underneath to Bryce Miller. Miller with a little baby hook there.
Oh, let's get him in the post.
And get him in the post, I guess. Not quite like George Zedek.
Nah.
Give me that reference there. You know that one, Todd?
No, I'm just going to go agree with you.
That'll be Dylan Schoen's 5th foul. And he played center for the UCLA Bruins.
Okay.
I believe he was on their national championship team
was that
in
like
95.
With Tyus Edney and those guys?
Ed O'Bannon.
Ed O'Bannon.
Yeah.
I know exactly who it is now.
Yeah. So Tyus Edney, he had that shot in that tournament. He went length of the court in 3.6 seconds. That was on Jason Sutherland for Missouri. He's in Watertown, South Dakota grad.
Wow. I did not know that. That's crazy.
Useless information, I should say.
That is super useful.
Sutherland was an all-state
sure
high
I used
jumper,
him
7'1".
in NCAA. It was like live 95.
Yeah. Well, Ed O'Bannon was the one we got to thank for the NIL stuff.
Yes.
He was the one that really pushed that. I don't know if we thank or not.
Yes.
But Speaker gets that one to go. 61-39, 4:05 to go. Not over yet. Gibson's back in the game. Jackson Scott has checked in. Bryce Miller rips down that rebound. So it's Bryce Miller, Miles Mudd, Jude Gibson, Jackson Scott. So the Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom, Scott and Miller, that's Lincoln, are in at the same time here. So we could see something special like we saw on Monday with the pick and roll game. Mudd has it. Now back out here to the chef, the CEO.
Nice pass. Nice
Good pass. And now Scott couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle it. And now I think we've got an offensive foul called on Jackson Scott. Well, I don't know if that's not my favorite call, but Jackson handles that first one originally. He probably gets the layup, but two pretty good passes in there. Steve, you got an update for us?
Yeah, Des Moines Christian, they kind of just been hovering. 7-point lead, 3 minutes to go. Upset alert up in Waverly. Central DeWitt up 3 with 2.5 minutes left.
Oh,
okay.
Wow. In their house, too, huh?
Make it 6.
Make it 6 up there at Waverly Shell Rock. And that, Drew Owen fires that one, no good.
That was a really good contest by Bryce.
Yes, it was.
This could be nice.
Oh, good pass there from Gatchel. Oh, and Bryce gets
he
that
went
one
stronger
going.
this time.
He did go stronger. He went with 2. He said, I'm good. My pride might be a little hurt, but I went with 2 and I went hard.
I'd rather see him just shoot the 3 there.
Yeah, knock it down, huh?
The timeout by Coach Schertz. 3:21 to go, 61-39 here, as there's 3:21 to go in the fourth quarter.
I mean, a really good pitch ahead by Jude. A tough catch by Gatchel.
Now that's a football player coming out in you, right? He played. Yeah, and I agree with Steve there. I don't mind him and Bryce knocking down or trying that transition 3, because sometimes, again, might be the best one you get out of there. Now, I don't mind Bryce having a wide open look from 3, because he's got the power to knock it down. So if you're in the huddle here and you're Coach Schertz, Todd, there's 3:21 to go. You're up 22. What are you telling your guys?
I think finish the game the right way.
Okay.
That's by playing hard, playing together, helping, talking, because you don't want to go. I mean, right now, if North Polk comes back and wins this game somehow, it would be a pretty big deal, right? Everything
for sure.
incredible would have to happen. Now, it can happen, but at the same time, you don't want to go in the locker room if you're the Bombers and win this game by 8.
Right.
It just feels different.
You want to lock the door, right? You want to close it, lock it, and just say, hey, we'd like to get the 2020 guys in, the Dan Rathers, the Connie Jungs, those guys, the 2020s, in like that minute 30 mark. Little conversation going on here. Not sure what the holdup is. Jackson Scott will go set this screen for Gibson. Now it's Gatch will catch on the high post. Back out to Jude. He's checked out here. Now it'll be switched off on Feldman. Out here on the wing to Gatchel. He's got Drew Owen on him. And he fires that one across the floor. High off the window was Jude on that one, and that was a pretty spin
I feel
move.
like that was something I tried to do to Miles while playing some pig.
Yeah, I'm not seeing you do that, brother. I mean, maybe,
no,
but that was
try.
high. That was a kiss off the glass on a fine February evening here as the weather's gotten kind of nice. Now Bartleman will have it in the post. He's checked down there by the chef.
Stay down.
Lincoln Miller, pretty good wall up, and Lincoln rips down the rebound. He'll give it over there to Gibson. Solid defense, and you always, that's your favorite, not your favorite, but a little behind the back there. Miller will fire one from way downtown. The Chef's short on that one.
Good rebound, Gatchel.
This will be Bryce Miller. He'll fire that three, and that one rattles in and out. Jackson Scott with a rebound. He
Nice,
goes up
Jackson.
and under. A little reverse layup for Jackson Scott. I guess he'll be Hawk from the Legion of Doom as Animal got the rebound to start that thing in its motion. 65-39. 2 minutes to go, and it looks like we're going to see some 20-20 guys. And anytime you can see that and you're on the good side, as the Bombers are, as Bartleman drives and it's knocked away, it'll be off of Bartleman. No, it'll stay off of Gibson. Mojo Nabong and looks like Evan Kinzenbaugh are checking in for Jude Gibson and Mason Gatchel. So Jude's night and Mason's night are over.
Yeah, great job by those two.
Absolutely. Those two brought it all night long.
Did. I mean, just an outstanding job of Mason with some small little plays, but some huge plays as well. And
Both of those guys made big-time winning
Jude for me
basketball
stood
plays.
out, making some good passes.
Yep.
And
Speaker,
just
he'll be fouled by the
and
ball.
some rebounds.
Yeah, some timely rebounds
Oh,
on
man.
some things.
Love
and,
those.
And the little flip that he had down here on this end, and
Yep.
just, and you said it best, Todd. We were quicker to the ball tonight, which seemed like all night long. From the opening jump,
Yeah,
we were just a half a step quicker, and we were playing downhill basketball,
absolutely.
and it really got us out the gate. I mean, it really kind of launched us.
we have made 2 threes.
Yeah.
Gatchel and Jude.
And Mudd made one.
Well, I mean, Miles
Miles
and Jude.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, you're right.
That's
Only
it.
2, I think.
I
We
mean,
got
that's-
65.
And we haven't hit a lot of free throws.
No, we haven't. But that's the beauty of this is when what we have done tonight, though, and you touched on it, is we've taken the ball out of the net and we forced the tempo.
Yeah, yep.
And we've gotten some buckets on that.
Got some easy ones.
And Speaker go to the line, and that's up and good. So now it's 65-41, 1:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. This is Kinzenbaugh with it. He pitches it to Lincoln Miller.
Nice
Pump
pass.
fake over here to Max Wilson. Max has got some family over there in Williamsburg as well. Now I'm going to check that. That would be wrong side of the family, but he knows him. Scott has it. Now he's going to look to kick it over here to Mojo. Mojo is a no-go on that one. So 65-41. Oh, and Slings is going to run out, and he tracks that one down. Slings has been the hot hand, if there has been one.
He hasn't gotten a shot since that, though, I don't believe.
He has not. That Speaker can't get that one to go. Jackson Scott will get the rebound. He'll give it up to Kinzenbaugh. Every Bomber has seen the floor here tonight as Alex Weeks is about to check in. I think it's just a substitution check-in. He's just rolling through subs as we've got some subs in here. Giannis Andemico will check in, a senior for the North Polk Comets, number 3. Number 24, Chase Grings, will check in, a 6'1 sophomore. His brother was on that state championship game team. Alex Weeks is in the game. So again, every Bomber has seen the floor in both games in this postseason.
Oh, he's cooking.
He's cooking right now. The Chef, Lincoln Miller. Wow.
With the inside hand
It was
finish,
the
baby.
inside hand finish. He almost looked like the Iceman, George Gervin, with that little finger roll. There's the 3 attempted. There's a big-time rebound.
Good
That's
rebound.
number 30, Jared Kerr. The 3 was attempted by number 11, Cale Peterson. Sorry, folks, they snuck in on me. Less than 30 to go. Bombers lead 67-41. Kinzenbaugh passes that over to Scott. Scott will kick it back out here to Kinzenbaugh. He'll fire a deep 3. Kinzenbaugh's up and nothing but the bottom of the net for Evan Kinzenbaugh. That'll make it 70-41. And this has been all Bombers all night, as this is Kerr with it. The big man will give it over here. Now that's number 11, Cale Peterson. He'll fire the 3, and that'll do it. And he got it. So 70-44 is the final, and that is the same points that the Comets scored in the first meeting of the year when the Bombers got them 77-44. Before we get to the breakdown here, Steve, what do you have for us on updates?
Yeah,
for the
barring
folks?
something crazy, looking like it's going to be Des Moines Christian on Monday here at the hangar.
Okay.
They're up 12 with just under a minute left. Waverly out on, not looking good, down 7, 50 seconds left.
Down 7 with 50 seconds to go. That Waverly Shell Rock.
Number 1 seed.
And that's the DeWitt team. Is DeWitt the 4 seed over there? I can't remember. They're 4 or 5 but it is a 1 seed, so we don't have any more updates for you folks. But the important one is that Des Moines Christian Bondurant for our game. Des Moines Christian is the 2 seed in our district, and it looks like we will be hosting them come Monday night. And one of a great tradition that makes me very nervous and coach nervous is the students flood the floor.
Well, they're excited.
Kids, they are excited. They've got every right to be, and it's kind of a tradition that they've encompassed, and it's a big win to get this one over North Polk. Todd, talk to me about what you saw tonight. That was the difference in this game as opposed to when we've seen them and what we've seen the last 2 games here for the Bombers.
Yeah, I mean, clearly the start to the game there, it just looked like everyone was engaged. And it wasn't just 3 guys or 4 guys. It was everybody flying around to the ball. I mean, North Polk's first 5 possessions ended in turnovers.
Sure.
And the Bombers turned most of those into points. And I just feel like, obviously, that just creates confidence amongst everybody. Everyone was involved. And I just feel like, you know, that's how you want to start a game.
Yeah.
Because in these types of games, it's hard to come back from that. It's just hard to put a run together to do that.
And the atmosphere which we were in, I'm cutting out.
Team's cutting out a little bit. I just want to say real quick, Mason Gatchell looked like he was back in rhythm finally.
Yeah.
You know, coming back from basically the whole season out.
Yes. Yeah.
Watching him tonight looked like he was in the flow every possession.
And he's an athletic difference maker.
Without question.
And that's what he did tonight.
Yeah, he did. And the thing that I was going to touch on before I cut out was we played really good team basketball tonight, and I thought it was impressive from the opening tip to the end of the game. We were making that extra pass. We were getting that offensive rebound. We were diving for loose balls.
Yeah.
And that's a winning formula for every basketball team, but it's a really big-time formula for us when we play with the depth that we have and the pace that we like to play, because it puts more pressure on the opposing team.
Yep.
Whether they're in the game, but they can never relax.
Yeah.
And that was evident tonight. When North Polk relaxed, we stayed on the gas, and we never allowed them to just kind of take a breath.
And I'm going back to one of my breakdowns of how we're going to win this game. I don't think North Polk got to the bonus until that last foul by Schoen.
Yeah,
that was the first time they shot free throws on our fouls.
Yeah.
And we only gave up 2 free buckets.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, that's been a really Achilles heel of some of the pressing we're doing.
It has.
And to not do that.
We shared some things up, and we saw that little token zone, full court pressure that took about 8 seconds to get it across, and now they're up against it with 20. Again, just putting pressure on them, not so much turning them over and in their face, but just making them feel it, I think maybe is the word we're looking for. But this atmosphere here tonight is something that I hope we can recreate again on Monday night, because it felt like a home court advantage tonight.
Double down.
Yeah, I mean, if we need to go with the white out or the red out or whatever
we got to do.
This was the students' idea, which is awesome.
Let's get ahead of it by Monday, though.
Yeah, let's get something rolling.
You know, these are the moments that you kind of live for.
Yeah.
And you play for, and you want to be in these games and be in these environments. And I can remember last year when we played Clear Lake, and just being in that environment as a fan, you felt like you could go out there and play.
Yeah.
And just to see, you know, your community rally around a team and around a sport. And, you know, this is just exciting. I mean, that student section was full. I was here a full half an hour early tonight.
Which is wild for you.
I wasn't, but that was full tonight, and it was awesome.
You got a quick OT special, Nevada Solon going to extra
OT.
buckets.
Wow. Okay. Nevada and Solon going to OT, and that's down in Solon, correct? That's not Solon. They're the 2 seed. But folks, I'm thinking we'll probably get a sponsor for Monday night. If you feel so compelled, reach out to the Booster Club or Russ Zimmerman and those guys, and they can let you know as we're getting our picture taken, or at least these 2 knuckleheads are. But it has been an absolute joy to bring this one to you tonight, and hopefully you can be here Monday night. If you cannot, we should be on a broadcast, and we'll get that out on our social medias and everything. But
let's bring Steve back.
Yeah, and I think if Steve's willing, it was nice to kind of have some live.
I feel like we exercised some
updates.
demons given the first game
I think we did.
Was
I wasn't going to bring it up.
To North Polk.
So yeah.
I feel more comfortable coming back to the
That's
booth.
fair enough. Well, guys, for Steve Domino, I guess you could say our update giver, our live score feed for the Todd father, Todd Miller, for the man on the camera, Brock, the Bear Bierman, and Danny Maui Sunsets Inksler. I'm Tim Davis. They like to call me Timmy Trumpets, but I'm not really sure if that's what it should be.
I've actually never called him that.
But anyway, it's a name that'll stick.
I love it.
Folks, we got this one tonight. One more to go if you're the Bomber faithful. but a 70-44 win over a rival down the road from North Polk. But we'll see you here on Monday night as we face the Des Moines Christian Lions. Correct. So Monday night, 7 o'clock, Ballard Bombers, Des Moines Christian Lions will be live here from the hangar. Can be here if you can, please. If not, tune in.